Well, hello again, sports fans. This is the latest flight of my new TEK SUMO FPV model. Um, the last video I did was of the maiden flight, which was pretty well a disaster. But since then, I've taken it home, sorted out the centre of gravity, set up the throws and the endpoints a little bit more gently, and it seems to be flying fairly well now in both manual modes and with the stabilizer, so I'm pretty happy. The hand launch is working really well, so it's going away quite easily. Um, Unfortunately, I damaged my Mobius camera in the maidening of this plane, so there's no HD video, just the transmitted video from the DVR today, but that's the way it goes. The light's not very good because the field's covered in clouds, which were forecast to be gone by now, but now that I'm here, I decided to put it up anyway. The intention had been to do some low flying stuff, but I'm not happy with the light, so I just decided to go up and see how far the clouds go. So we're up about 600 metres here, and obviously just below them, as you can see, they look pretty dark. But it'll be a good test for the video gear. I don't expect to have any problems with the Easy UHF radio, but here we are at 700 metres, and it's getting quite dark. Up to 800, and I can see the sun coming through strong, so that's leads me to think we can't be too far away from popping out the other side. But I'm still in them, getting up to 1,000, and at this point the sun's just really starting to wash out the camera. I'm having trouble reading the OSD, and the video starts to break up a bit, so I basically think, oh well, I might as well head on back down. Which I do, and the same thing happens on the way down, as you'd expect. It gets pretty thick down around 700 metres, and I think I come out of the bottom of them around about 650. You can just see it coming up now. So I'm pretty happy with the video. I mean, it's probably 500 metres of fog before the video gave up. The radio never showed any signs of missing a beat, so I'm relatively happy with the performance of it. So I just bring it down relatively quickly, and as you can see, still not very nice for flying on a camera down here. So I basically just land it. Now this is all happening in manual mode, so I don't know if you've seen the maiden video how hard this plane was to handle on the first flights. This is actually a amazing improvement on that. So I bring it down, and at the last moment realised that I haven't actually taken the electric fence down across the strip, so you can see that just in front of me. So a bit lucky, but I'm due for some luck with this thing. So a couple of hours later, it does actually clear up a little bit. So I just took a little bit of video of my new launch technique just to show how easy it goes off. So here we are, just a little sort of backhand flip, and she sails away nice as pie. So very happy compared to the a couple of days ago. So the cloud's thinner, there's some blue sky. I'm not sure whether the camera is actually damaged or not from previous flights, but it's having a bit of trouble handling the glare. I might have to go in and mess around with the settings, but you can see when it comes round to with the sun directly behind the clouds, it just washes everything out. I've actually cut out the worst bits of the video, but at some points the screen just goes all speckled yellow. But I decide I might as well go back up and have a mess around with these clouds, so I pick a blue patch and head up for that. Fairly gradual again, so 300 meters here. And it's still thick in patches, but nowhere near as bad as it was earlier. So up about 650, this is where I was hitting the clouds before, so obviously it's raised a little bit, but not a huge amount. I'm trying to keep the antennas aligned with the angle, so you'll see the video improve and fade a bit as I mess around with it. So I might just shut up and let you guys enjoy the flight through the clouds. I know I certainly did. So the light's certainly better than it was earlier in the day, and I decided I might just have a little bit of a low level fly down the adjoining access road and see how the TEK SUMO performs down low, and maybe even fly under a tree if I have the guts. which I haven't so far. So this is all happening in manual mode without the stabilizer on, which is unusual for me, but it seems to be handling really nicely now that I've got it set up properly. So the battery voltage is down below 10.5, which is where I normally like to stop. So I think I'll just do one low level circuit and see how low I can fly down the strip without hitting the ground, hopefully. But it's a real pleasure to fly this thing at the moment. So I bring it round again for a landing, and I'm landing on the video screen at the moment, which is again unusual for me. And again, I'm pretty lucky. I just about hit the flight box, but it must be a lucky day today. So all in all, a pretty pleasant flight. I'm really happy with how the TEK SUMO is going now. The fuselage certainly messed with the centre of gravity, but it's certainly been fixable. So yeah, hopefully the tomorrow is forecast to be sunny, so I might do some low level stuff around the field and get used to it.